Hello, welcome to Anime Mystics. I'm Roman, and tonight I am watching ReZero episode 11. So, last episode, we saw that Subaru and Rem made it out of the forest. Subaru was back at the village, sleeping. When he woke up, he saw that Amelia was there waiting for him. Just, she was sleeping on a chair. Basically, she's been waiting for him to wake up. Puck is the one who greets him, though, and tells him that she basically did what she could to heal him. And it, I guess, used up a lot of her magic. Like, it drained her a little bit. So she's pretty tired. But he decides to let her sleep, so he gets up and starts walking around. And he runs into Beatrice, who tells him, what is going on. That basically he has, I believe, a day and a half, or I think it's half a day to live. He's been cursed again. However, she can't cure this one. She can't take this one away from him, because he was bitten so many times by all those different, I guess I can call them wolves. I don't know what, mob beasts? Is that what they call them? That each one basically cursed him. So he has got like a bunch of different curses placed on him that are just kind of intertwined together. And it would be very, very difficult for her to do it. If it was just one, then yeah, she'd be able to take it off of him. But since there's so many, she can't do it. She does mention that if the one that placed the curse on him is killed, then the curses would be lifted. And that's when he realizes that he hasn't seen Rem since he woke up. He saw Ram, but not Rem. Turns out she went back into the forest to kill all of the beasts to cure him. And he decided, well, actually it was Ram who got angry about this, obviously. I mean, it's her sister. And she's basically out there fighting all these beasts by herself. She could potentially die. And she decides to go after her and bring her back. Subaru stops her, and she's, upset that he's stopping her. But basically, he's only stopping her because he wants to go with her. So they go, and Subaru has a sword, which was given to him by somebody in the village. Basically, they told him that it was the sharpest sword in the village. Basically the best one they had. So he and Ram are out in the forest looking for Rem and these beasts, because I figure they might as well kill a few while they're there if they run into any. And it's just, it didn't go well. They killed a few. She used her ability to be able to see everything around her, like through the eyes of animals, and she saw that something was watching them. And when they turned around, there was, I think, 3 of them. So they killed those. And then they make it further in. But then they cut to them running, and Subaru carrying Ram. And I said it last time, but he must be pretty strong if he's carrying her with one arm. Like, just held like a sack. It's basically, I mean, it's not dead weight, but it's not exactly light. I'm pretty sure she's at least 100 and something. Maybe 110 pounds. Maybe 90. I don't know. She's not incredibly heavy, but to be able to hold that with just one arm is pretty strong. In my opinion. I'm pretty weak, though. And they're running from all these beasts. And I forget what the plan was. It was like they were going to call Rem to them by using the smell of the witch. And he pretty much figured out how to do that. He was going to attempt to tell Ram about his ability to come back to life after he's killed. But he didn't get to finish because that's when the witch, I don't know, you just see the hand come out, and then that's when all the beasts are coming to him. Rem sensed it as well and is on her way to them as well. They end up falling down a cliff. They survive. But he's still pretty much carrying Ram around. And they are trying not to be killed. But at that moment, Rem shows up. She attacks him a couple of times, but the Maw Beasts take priority. Basically, Rem explains it as when she's got her horn out and in full demon mode, she really doesn't have control over herself, and she just starts attacking anything that's nearby. But she is very powerful when she's in that form. And she's still killing a lot of them. And the puppy shows up, the one that cursed him the first time, commanding his forces. And it just didn't look like it was going to go well. So Subaru does the same thing he did earlier, where he tries to say that he has that ability to reverse time after he's killed. Well, basically, it's like a checkpoint. And then the witch stops him again, and all of them, including Rem, face him and are like charging at him. Subaru had an idea, because what they have to do is they have to break her horn, or at least hit it enough to where it'll disappear. And he attempts to do it once, and he misses. His plan, which pretty good plan. He throws Ram at her, and even though she's in her demon form, is still able to tell that it's her sister and grabs her. And he figures while she's distracted from that, he'd run up and hit her horn with his broken sword, because, well, the sword they gave him broke. But she just moved, like sidestepped, and he went right past her. And then somehow he got knocked up into the air, and on his way down, he's aiming for the horn again, but they didn't show us whether he hit it or not, so we're going to see that in this episode. So let's get into it. Alright, so the video is going to be located over here, and the link to the reaction is going to be in the description down below. And we're going to start this episode in 3, 2, 1.